In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the 135 Tiger 114 from COBI, which is one of 3 Tiger 114s that they currently offer and is in the middle range for both price and size. On the larger scale, you have a 112 Tiger 114, which comes in at a whopping $650, which is a bit much. And then on the smaller side, you have a 148 scale, which is around $65, which is about $10 to $15 cheaper than the 135 version. I would argue, though, that the 135 scale offers probably the best balance of both the detail that you get in the set and the price. But let's examine the model itself and the build, and then we'll have some conclusions at the end.
As with the scale, the price of this set falls between the other Tiger 114 sets with a price of $75.99. For that price, you get 870 pieces and 2 figures, as well as extra parts to allow you to swap between building it as Tiger 114 or as Britannia, the name given to the tank while in service with the French. Enough looking at the pictures on the box though, let's crack it open and build the thing. Inside the box, you of course get the instructions as well as the pieces divided into 3 bags. With this being my first try at one of these reviews, I decided not to film the entire build, but I did document the build as I completed each bag. Overall, the build took me about 3 hours and 15 minutes, not including the tracks, but we'll get to that later. The first bag took an hour and 15 to get through, largely thanks to how many tan bricks you have to sift through while building, and when you finish, you'll have the bones of your tiger done. The second bag took me about the same amount of time and was a little more finicky when attaching some of the pieces, but once you have everything together, it holds together fine. The final bag obviously finishes the build and you are greeted with your finished tiger, or if you're me, a completed tiger without tracks, because that's always the worst part of these builds. If you've ever done one of these yourself, you know exactly what I mean. There's nothing difficult about them, they just take forever. Assembling the tracks for this took me about 14 minutes, which is now the number to beat for the track assembly speedrun portion of these reviews.
So overall, what are my thoughts on this set? Well, like I said in the intro, the 135 scale is really just the best for detail, I would say, unless you're going up into maybe 128, but with that, you're probably going to be paying over $100 at least. The 135 is probably the perfect balance of price and quality, because as I mentioned, when you go smaller, you tend to lose detail, like these little 172 A7Vs. I like how this A7V looks, but you do lose a lot of detail compared to the older A7V that they had, which I think was in 128 scale. And it's also similar when you have a 148 scale like these Yag Tigers, which again, I don't think looks too bad, but you start to lose a little bit of that detail, and the larger you go, the more you can preserve, especially with these brick sets. So when you go to a 135, like this Tiger is, you preserve the most of those details without it becoming insanely expensive if you're trying to build these on a budget like a lot of people are. So I would say if you're in the market for a Tiger and you like the look of this one with the camouflage and everything, or you like the history behind the vehicle, which I have a video that you can go check out up there if you're interested in that, it is a fantastic build to add to your collection, and I'm going to continue to stock them over at ConeOfArc.store, which is my website. Now they also have a Tiger 131 version, which I imagine is pretty much the same build with just some different colored pieces. So if you don't like the camouflage and you'd rather like a desert tan Tiger, then you can go with that. And I think the price is about the same for those. I don't have those myself, but there's plenty of places you'll be able to find those, and I'm sure you can find a good deal on one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comments, because I'm trying to start this new series off and I really want your guys' feedback to see what I should change, what I should continue doing, or things that you'd like to see maybe, or other details maybe that I missed that you'd like me to include in future episodes. And speaking of future episodes, it's going to be up to you guys to determine what build I do next. Would you rather see me do the Company of Heroes Churchill or the 148 scale Yag Tiger I just showed? Leave your comments down below and vote on the poll I'll add in the comments section, and I'll see you back here next week for another build.